What's up, y'all? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope everybody is having a beautiful day today. I am your host, the man with the plan. It's Big Pan, and you are listening to Politics with Pan today. All up on your airwaves, all up in your ear hole. It is me. It is he, the best who he could be. What's good, everybody? Man, so I'm gonna start this off by saying, I don't have a guest today, so you're just gonna get a lot of pan. It's gonna be a lot of pan. But first things first, I want to shout out my grandma. Out to Me's, OG Me's, Miss Mac, hailing from Jacksonville, Florida. We had a very good discussion today. If you're not a person who calls your grandmother or your grandfather often, please do so. They are a wealth of knowledge, and my grandma really put me on today. So I'm going to do my darndest to tone down my outbursts when I get excited about specific topics. Because my grandma said, I've been listening to you, baby. I've been listening to you, but it got a little bit too raw for me. Granny said it got a little bit too raw, I won't, if my granny say that to me, I know I need to pull back the reins because granny is queen supreme. You know what I'm saying? That's my baby. I love you, granny. If you listening, if any of my cousins, anybody is listening to this right now, share it with granny. Let her know she had an impact on your boy because she is probably the most influential woman in my life. I love my grandma. If you don't know nothing about me, know I love my grandmother. I love that lady to death. I cannot explain the love that I have for Miss Altamise Mac. I don't even have words to even put it out there. Like, she is just the coolest. With that being said, I'm going to be watching my mouth a little bit. I am going to mess up, but I want to make my granny proud. Another thing I did today, right, which I'm super excited about, I went to my first Toastmasters club today, right? So I am working on being a better speaker. And for all of you out there listening, it is never too late to continue your education, even if you are not going to school. There are a bunch of different tools and resources out there that can help you become a better speaker, a better leader, a more knowledgeable person. All you got to do is tap into these groups of people. And I can say that the Toastmasters Club really blessed me today. I had a great time, meeting new people and things like that. And I won best tabletop something. I can't really tell you what it is, but here's my ribbon. I'm a winner. Here's my ribbon. If you are interested in just becoming a better speaker, not saying and like and so and all of those different things, join the Toastmasters Club, man. I mean, it's all right. I had a good time. I really had a good time. And, I left feeling confident. I left feeling like, yeah, man, I could conquer the world. Like, on top of that, I had a really, really good conversation with my intern today. Really proud of that young brother. Just today has been a wonderful Thursday. And it's actually Friday. So shout out to everybody that got the day off tomorrow, right? I usually say happy Friday Eve, but we're going to throw it out the window. We're just going to say happy Friday. Now, I don't have a guest today, but I do have some interesting topics that I want to get into. And I chose not to have a guest today so that I can give y'all my unbiased, raw opinion about these things. And I want to, put y'all on game about a few different things that I feel like people should know. But before we get into that, my featured artist of the week is my partner, my main man, my brother, Z Jethro. Hailing from Dallas, Texas. The boy is a super producer, a super entrepreneur, all around great guy, but he makes some great music, and I'm always here to drop new tunes on you and share my friends' artwork to the world. So because I'm feeling it, I'm in such a good mood today. Like, such a good mood, and I'm really trying to figure out how to look at y'all in the camera, but like look at the TV at the same time. It's really messing me up, right? Look at me, granny. I didn't use the F word. So because I'm in such a good mood and I'm just feeling the vibe today, I'm going to start off with one of my favorite songs from G-Jet. It's called Pop Yo. Check me out, granny. I'm a new. He didn't wash me in the blood. It's called Pop Yo Shit, right? We gonna pop though. We gonna pop some shit real quick, and I'm gonna get right back with y'all when I get my notes together. This is Pop Yo Shit by Z Jethro. You live with that boy Pan.
Hey, pop, pop, hey. Pop, pop. No text, no calls. First things first, got a ball at the mall. The mention kicking in, I don't even know y'all. Popping my shit, I might buy your bra. No text, no calls. I remember when I made my first 50 ball. Remember when I couldn't pop my collar at all. Don't hate on me, I didn't hate on y'all. Pop your shit, pop your shit. Yeah. Pop your shit, pop your shit. Yeah. Pop your shit, pop your shit. Yeah. Pop your shit, pop your shit. I'm copping that and ooey, copping that for surely. Bubble bustin' boobies, turn my life a movie. They don't know what to do with me, now they wanna sue me. Falling on a fully, all they call me Kobe. This your turn, don't hold back, pop your shit, make it hit. And if they slip on you last, make it stick, pop your shit. We ain't coming around humble no more. Load the whole clip and let it blow. Pop your shit, pop your shit, yeah. Pop your shit, pop your shit, yeah. Pop your shit, pop your shit, yeah. Pop your shit, pop your shit. Pop your shit, pop your shit, yeah. Pop your shit, pop your shit. Pop your shit, pop your shit, yeah. Pop your shit, pop your shit. I'm copping that and ooey, copping that for surely. Bubble bustin' boobies, turn my life a movie. They don't know what to do with me, now they wanna sue me. Ballin' on a fully, all they call me cool. Pop your shit, pop your shit. Pop your shit, pop.
Now, if you did not today, please make sure that you go outside and you pop your shit somewhere. Let everybody know who you is, what you got going on, how it's going down. I really like that song. It is extremely empowering, right? For me, it is an empowering song. Pop your shit. Pop it. Pop it. Shout out to Jet, man. You know what I mean? I love it. I love it. It's great. We got some more. We got 2 more songs going on. 2 more songs coming on today. We're going to get through them. Before I get into the politics, what is up with Pooh Shiesty kidnapping Gucci Man? Like, he meant everything he said on that First Day Out song. He meant every word of that. Like, him and Big 30 robbed Gucci Man at gunpoint with an AK-47. Like, I mean, Donald Trump and Iran is hot news. But Gucci Man getting kidnapped, the Gucci Man getting kidnapped? That's like Snake from Metal Gear Solid getting kidnapped, actually, being taken. Like, who kidnaps Snake from Metal Gear Solid? Like, nobody kidnapped Snake from Metal Gear Solid. And Gucci Man, the Gucci Man, got kidnapped. Now, Pooh Shiesty is, apparently he a gangster. Like, apparently. He ain't borrowing nothing. Apparently he a gangster. But I know that I'm not the only one who thought that Gucci Man was like street invincible. I've been seeing it all over the internet. I know I'm not the only one that thought that Gucci Man was like, Atlanta's Ghost or something like that. I guess Ghost wouldn't be the right comparison. Tell me in the comments, like, what TV gangster you would compare Gucci Man to. But he was somebody that just other gangsters weren't trying like that, right? Like, it's Gucci. And for Pooh Shiesty to do this, do you think it kind of like takes away from like Gucci's allure? Because everybody is so in disbelief that something like this happened to Gucci Man. Now, mind you, Gucci is not Gucci from 06 or 05. He's not old Gucci. He's a father now. He's married. Like he does live a different life. But it's still Gucci Man though, right? Like, if you've ever seen, what's that movie? I can't remember what the movie's called, but it's this guy. He used to be a spy or something like that, and then he became a family guy, and then somebody came and killed his daughter's dog or something like that. He went on his rampage. Like, that's Gucci in my mind. Like, that's Gucci. But shout out to Gucci. I hope he's safe. I hope that he doesn't have any serious injuries or anything like that. Pooh Shiesty, we're going to see you in 2055, player. Hold it down in there. We're going to be looking for that Next Day Out track in about 35 to 40 years. You know what I mean? Hold it down. Hold it down. Outside of that, Nick Cannon embarrassed Black America today. Incredibly. Well, not today. This week. Nick Cannon embarrassed Black Americans incredibly this week.
Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I don't really understand. I don't really understand these celebrities, right? They get online and they just say silly things, extremely silly things, right? And if you don't know, Nick Cannon has an online show where he rides around in this old school pickup. I think it might be a Bronco or something like that. And he talks to different celebrities. And this week he talked to Amber Rose. I don't know if it was this week or last week, but he talked to Amber Rose, and he, for lack of better words, said that the Democratic Party is the party of the KKK. Now, I would totally like to address this for all the miseducated Negroes in the room and across the internet. I would like for you to know the truth, because Nick Cannon is not telling the truth, right? So the truth is, let's go back through it. Up until the 20th century, Black people voted Republican, right? The party of Lincoln. That's what the Republican Party was. It was the party of Lincoln, right? Lincoln freed the slaves. If you were a former slave and that president freed you, right, you're going to vote for them because they helped you. That's politics. Politics is about who controls the water. So whoever can deliver resources to this specific area or this specific group of people, that specific group of people is most likely going to be reciprocal to what it is you have going on, right? So up until the 20th century, Black people were Republicans, and the Democratic Party was the party that was against integration, right? Like, it was against like anything that was like, Toastmasters, I said, for lack of a better words, people who were not white, more power in this American political system that was being created, that had been created, and this power cycle had been being perpetuated, right? So around the New Deal, Franklin D. Roosevelt won over a lot of Black voters. I don't know the specific number. My research doesn't have the number, but he won over a lot of Black voters during the New Deal era. So this is in the 1930s when Black people started to vote Democrat because Democratic elected officials were doing things that benefited their lives. Then Harry Truman, who desegregated the military in 1948, he earned about 77% of the Black vote when he ran for president. The big shift came during the Civil Rights Movement when President Lyndon B. Johnson pushed through the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Because, right, like his opponent, the GOP nominee, Barry Goldwater, who was this super rude, super racist guy, he was like supremely opposed to the Civil Rights Act. So you've got at least three, right, white Democratic presidents who did things that benefited Black Americans. So, like, yes, there was a time in which the Democratic Party was the party that Nick Cannon spoke about. So I'm not going to sit here and say that he was completely incorrect, because he was not completely incorrect. But the thing that he missed was the progress that Democrats made with Black people over the years to be able to gain their support, and the lack thereof in progress that the Republicans were not producing for Black people, which then lost them their support. And there was this thing called the Southern Strategy, which the more conservative right-wing Democrats and or Dixiecrats left that side of the party, and they left the Democratic Party and they went and became Republicans. And the Republican Party that you see now today currently exists, right? So this Nick Cannon statement wasn't completely false. So anybody saying that Nick Cannon was completely wrong, you're wrong. He was not completely wrong, but he did leave out a lot of context as to how Democrats did garner Black support over the years. I think that's the main thing that was missed. And it's really a sad thing that a lot of these celebrities get on these large platforms and are, largely uninformed about the things that they're talking about, because it does do more harm than good. I mean, it is, you got a lot of these artists, I don't really know what the problem is. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's like real country, or they hanging around, maybe they just hang around a lot of rich people, right? And they are in these silos and they don't talk to a lot of just, I want to say regular Black people. When I say regular, I mean non-rich Black people, right? Because look at OJ, right? OJ, he didn't even want to be Black no more because he was OJ, right? So you got people like Chili, you got people like Nick Cannon. You got people like Candace Owens. You got people like, I can go and go and go and go and go, right? We can talk about the coon train all day. But at the end of the day, right, what they are doing is a disservice to the race because they are not giving us all of the facts and they're more or less placating to the powers that be that have been disenfranchising us for so long. Like, so, Nick Cannon, brother, I would like for you to uncoon yourself, right? Like, I get it. I totally got the W.E.B. Du Bois line, right? I understand it because I'm a black man first, then I'm a Democrat. So I understand it, but we cannot be giving our brothers and sisters bad information because the party that is actually congruent with what our community needs is the Democratic Party. Like that's just what it is. Tell me in the comments, right? All the Republican homies, if you could tell me what the Republican Party has done for Negroes in America, at least in our lifetime, I'm 36. If you could tell me what they have done, you could tell me what legislation. I'm talking about stuff that is aimed specifically at blacks, right? And I'm not even saying that the Democrats are doing that much better of a job, right? Because we're not getting legislation directly pointed at us. But the Democratic Party is the party that does have the most allies on our side on it. I'm going to stand on that. And I believe that. Not saying that the party is perfect. It is not perfect. Race relations still need to be improved amongst all the groups underneath the tent. Like, there's a lot that needs to go on. But what I can say is that in this party, where the majority of the black people are, is where the people who are fighting for the race, for the upkeep, well-being, and health of the race are over here. We are the majority when it comes to the black voting bloc. The black voting bloc does not, even though black voters do tend to sway in a more ideological way to be more conservative, right? We believe in God, we believe in family, we believe in church and things like that. There are a lot of social conservative ideals that black people hold. That is very true. But we're also very kind, loving, sharing, and caring people. And right now, if you look over at the Republican Party, you're not seeing a lot of caring. You're not seeing a lot of sharing. You're not seeing a lot of kindness. That's not happening. Those aren't characteristics of black people. That's hence why we were taken advantage of so many times throughout history, letting the wolf into the house. Because you see somebody out there starving, you see them out there hungry. Like, I don't really know too many black people, too many black moms that won't give somebody a plate. I don't know too many black preachers that won't open up their doors to anybody. It don't matter what color they are. But you have Republican pastors, white nationally conservative pastors, who they salvation and they outreach and they kindness is not for everybody. It is specifically for a specific subsect of the population. So let's just be real, right? As black people, right? And I'm gonna say it here first. The entertainers are not our leaders, right? Like I applaud them for being able to get out of the situations that they were in and to be able to use their art, to be able to use their art to be able to create a better way for themselves. I appreciate that. But just because you rap, sing, paint, draw, or create clothes really well, that does not mean that you get to speak for the behalf of the black population unless you have sat down and educated yourself on the way to get us out of the economic, social, and mental and physical turmoil that we have been in since we have been in this country under this capitalistic white nationalist regime for all of these time, for all of these years. So unless it is your, like, you know what you are talking about, please respectfully shut up. Like, and you can tell me, oh, well, that's like you telling the ball players to shut up and play ball. I am telling them to shut up and play ball. If you grew up and all you did was play basketball and you didn't read any books, but now all the cameras are on you and you get to say stuff and the first thing that come out your mouth is something dumb, somebody needs to say, bruh, just chill, right? Just chill. Let me take bruh in the back and talk to him. Give him some books to read. Give him some literature. If he can't read that well, give him an audio book. Now, I'm not sitting here calling all athletes dumb, but a lot of you are. And if you don't want to be dumb, then educate yourself. We you know what I'm saying? And, right? Jaden Ivey. I'm going to go there. Look at Jaden. That was dumb. It's fine to love the Lord, but you work for a multinational corporation. Like, that's your job. It's your job, bro. Like they pay your bills. That is your job. Your job is to go out there and play basketball for this team that is worth billions of dollars, that has gay fans, that has trans fans, that has bi fans, that has fans from every spectrum in the LGBTQ plus community, right? Like they will play, I'm coming out at a basketball game during Pride Month. And you sitting there saying we shouldn't do this, but why? Leave them people alone. God, Jesus preached unity. He preached acceptance. And regurgitating these white nationalist talking points that are divisive to the community and to the society is not becoming, and it is a sign of unintelligence. Like, call it what you want. Call it what you want. You can defend your faith or whatever the case may be, but unintelligent people are usually the ones that are the loudest in the room trying to cast and throw stones at people who are not like them. Because you do not understand those people. You want to ostracize them, and that is not cool. That shouldn't be the case. Find some love, find some acceptance, because if it's in it's in the book, right? It's in the book. So Nick Cannon was 3% right. He was 97% wrong. The Democrats are the party of the black people, at least as far as like getting black issues handled for the most part. Like that's where you're gonna go. You look at the Republican Party right now, if you're a black person and you live in an inner city or you just black, period, bro. Like, maybe, you like might be like I went to the army black or something like that. Whatever it is, if you see yourself in these white people, I don't know you, brother. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't have a problem getting to know you, but I don't know you. I don't think we share a similar life experience to be able to sit down and come up with like policy together. I feel like you're going to tell me that, our lives matter or something weird like that. It's just weird. Like, and don't get me started on Amber Rose. Anybody who gets a tattoo on their forehead is insane. You should listen to anything they have to say. Like right here on your forehead, like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even like a chest tat guy. Like, if I see a woman with a tattoo in the middle of her chest, I'm kind of like, ooh. I don't like the chest tats. No, like that's just me. Not saying that children are beautiful. It's just your tattoo is poorly placed. Yeah, you shouldn't put it there. Why would you put a tattoo in the middle of your chest? Like, I don't get it. Like the first woman that did that, did she go, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill him with this one. I'm gonna kill him with this. I'm gonna put this big old tattoo in the middle of my chest, and I'm gonna wear a shirt or something that that's gonna show it all off, and I'm gonna kill. I just do not get it. Whenever I see them lady chest tats, I just go, and I don't get it. I don't get it. You're still beautiful, baby. Not taking it away from you, just your tattoo is poorly placed. And I feel like in that moment you had a lapse in judgment and you need a friend. I'm just saying, right? Off of that, right? Gas is about to be $4. I don't know how much it is where you live, but where I live is about to be $4, which is insane. Absolutely insane, right? And President Trump has given us no assurances that the war is going to end anytime soon. I think we're in day 33 right now. We're in day 33. And this war was only supposed to last 7 days in a week, 3 weeks. What's that? 21 days, right? So we're 12 days. No, right? Yep. By 12 days past the end. And he keeps saying it. The end is coming soon. It's coming soon, but it's not coming soon. There's no way for us to get out of this unscathed. I'm just telling y'all that right now. There's no way for us to get out of this unscathed. Iran does not care. They don't care about what we got going on. They don't care about what our president has to say. They have proved that they can withstand the barrage of bombs. They can still fight for their country. They're still shooting bombs at Iran. When President Trump gave his speech yesterday, they were still shooting bombs. He has completely backtracked almost everything he said. Right? He just keeps changing the narrative. There's no specific direction as far as opening the Strait of Hormuz is concerned. The European allies are pissed at him for going into this war move without consulting them, because the global economy is controlled by the American capitalist Ponzi scheme. What is a Ponzi scheme? A Ponzi scheme is when you rob Peter pay Paul. You get Peter to give you some money. You take a little bit, you keep it to yourself. You get Paul the money you owe him. When Paul gives the money you owe him, Paul believes that you did a good job with the money because you got the money from Peter. So Paul thinks that the money he gave you at first, that you gave to Peter, is a return on the investment that he made. But it's really just his money that they're just hand in hand, right? And that's what our economy is. It's a huge Ponzi scheme that is being floated by the petrodollar. And the petrodollar, simply put, is that all oil in the world is sold in American dollars. And because that oil is sold in American dollars, it makes our currency our currency is in need right around the world because you need dollars to be able to buy oil. Well, now Iran has choked up the oil supply. Used to be a lot of oil. Now it's only a little bit of oil because they done choked up the oil supply. And they said, we know you can't penetrate the country. It's going to be just as bad as when they sent them troops to Afghanistan. And people live out there in the desert. It's very mountainous. There are a lot of caves. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on over there. And our troops, if they send ground troops over there, right? I seen somebody saying if you was in Houston and you went to Hydrox, they're going to draft you. That's hilarious. But all y'all are showing the world that you're a little bit too in shape in a wartime. Just let you know. And he lifted the age for recruitment. Just put it out there. You better go and eat some McDonald's or something if you don't want to get drafted. Don't be able to pass that PT test. But in all seriousness, our military cannot compete in that region right now. For every $5 they spend, we spend $5,000, right? And the numbers are a lot bigger than that, but that's the gist, right? For every $5 we spend, they spend $5,000. I mean, for every $5 they spend, we spend $5,000. So just imagine that, right? Like, just imagine that. Hey, Auntie. Oh, I didn't know y'all lived in Bahrain. Y'all have been all over the place. But so Iran is going to weather the storm. They are steadfast. Trump is saying that, we technically had a regime change because they killed the supreme leader, but the government did not change. The person who was in charge of the government changed, but the government did not change. They still have a theocratic government, a theocracy, which means that the government is ruled by theocratic leaders. That means that their religion is the beginning and the end in that country. All of their laws is governed by Islam. So that didn't change. It's just the son is in charge now because they killed the dad. Now, they might have killed him. I don't know. They've been shooting at them people, and it's kind of hard to keep up with. But it's like if you step on the ant pile, it's a bunch of them in there, and they all in unison. They're all there together. So if you kill one, right, they going to do whatever it is they got to keep the queen going. And the queen for them is their ideology. So it doesn't really matter which one you step on because the next one is going to do what they have to do to protect the queen. And there's going to be so many of them. So Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, right? Yahoo. They are essentially fighting an endless war, a war that's not going to end for a very long time. This could be years, right? He criticized Joe Biden. He criticized Barack Obama for all of their different military actions and moves. But he put us in one of the most pointless wars that we've ever been in the history of our country. And we have been in some wars that were completely pointless, right? Vietnam, Afghanistan. Like, this is another time that some older white man decided that I want to go and flex my muscles. He keeps saying, we're going to blast them back to the Stone Age. What does that even mean? Like, the Stone Age. And you got Pete Hegseth saying it too. Oh, we're going to blast them back to the Stone Age. We're going to send them back to the Stone Age. What? We are in the age of technology. This is why, and I'm not trying to be ageist, but this is why our president shouldn't be 100 years old. Like, somebody has to understand. Somebody got to have a keen understanding of exactly what's going on. We can't keep operating like this. My fellow millennials, it is time to do something. And you know what? They got us real good because the majority of us are broke. We don't have money like our parents and grandparents had because gas $3, rent high, houses high, school high, everything high. It's just high. And then in Texas, they don't want you to get high. They want you to be broke, sad, and sober. But they want you to get drunk though. That's the cold part. They want you to ruin your liver. They want you to ruin your liver and forsake the herb, even though more people die from drunk driving than anybody has ever died from getting too high sitting on their couch and eat some cookies. Yeah, he should have left them people alone. He's sitting there saying now that, because at first he was saying we got to go in there. They got all of this uranium underground in this bunker, even though the bunker is like underneath a bunch of rubble and stuff like that. And it would take a lot of resources for the Iranian government to be able to get to it. That was one of his main talking points was, hey, we got to go and get this stuff or they're going to be able to create nuclear bombs and we're going to be through. Now he's saying, I'm not worried about it. It's so far underneath the ground, I'm not even worried about it anymore. It's not even a threat. But this was like one of his main reasons for going in there. Main reasons. Now, he did completely walked it back. It was going to be a quick excursion, even though an excursion is a fun thing that you go do. All my friends who like to go to Mexico and excurge, right? Like, hey, did anybody ever die on your excursion? I don't think so. I don't think so. He's completely walked back man, this guy, I could go on and on. This guy, he had a good run with the Supreme Court for like 14 months, right? Executive order after executive order after executive order after executive order. He just kept throwing them out, kept throwing them out, kept throwing them out. And now it's not looking like that anymore. Like, right? Like I don't know if y'all are paying attention, but he signed an executive order, challenged the 14th Amendment, and to get the Supreme Court to consider changing birthright citizenship. Right now, for those of you who don't know, birthright citizenship was created in the 14th Amendment to give the descendants of slaves citizenship in America because we weren't people. Right? I believe this happened after the Dred Scott decision. So his plan, like in his, let's get all these people out of here. Let's deport all the immigrants and the illegals and all that other stuff. His plan was to get the Constitution amended. His plan was to just do away with the clause so that like you can't be born here. Like and stay if your parents are illegal, which makes no sense. But this is a wider problem going on in the world because they are doing this in France to the African people who are moving there, who have moved there and they've settled and stuff like that. They don't want them to live there. They're doing this in Spain where they have like a campaign going on called Spain is for Spaniards. And their government is right-wing government that is saying that the immigrants that are coming into the country are making things more expensive and that they are, tainting the culture of Spain and things like that. So this is a worldwide phenomenon of right-wing conservatives going after Black and brown people who are just trying to live, right? Yeah, $50 to fill up a 4-cylinder Accord. It pisses me off. I drive a 4-cylinder Volkswagen. It cost me $50 to fill it up. It used to cost me $28 to $30. Like, we out of here. What's up, Debo? How you doing, baby? It's good to see you, man. If you're still in Texas, we need to get down. That's my boy Debo, aka John Petty, one of the realest. West Side represent. But the president, like, the birthright citizenship thing is, I don't know. Right? I really don't know. I really don't understand the old white male psyche. I don't get it. And I don't think, like I was telling my granny today when we was on the phone, I don't think it's all older white men. I would like to be able to put that out there. Right? I'm not a white basher. I'm not anti-white people. I love all people, but I'm excuse me, granny, fucked up people. I'm anti that. I'm anti people that hurt people. right? I had a conversation with a sister, and I'm gonna break into music after this. But I had a conversation with a sister about Cesar Chavez, right? And they are rightfully so taking down all of, they no more Cesar Chavez Day, no more statues of Cesar Chavez, no more teaching about him in school. He need to go. Anybody that abuses children and women need to go. Unacceptable. You need to go. Put them in a tire, roll them down the hill, set it on fire. Yeah, I said it. Mark it like that. If you are an abuser of women and children, you got to go. Whatever the Old Testament say about what they need to do to people like that, you got to go. All of this weirdness that they talking about, pedophilia is a mental illness and all this other kind of shit. I don't care. I don't care about what's going on in your brain. They need to lock you up. They need to put you under the jail, and they need to leave your freaky self down there because you's a freak. You do not belong in society because you's a freak. And I don't mean that in a good way. So Caesar, even though he dead, right? Like, we're going to talk bad about it because he hurt people. So him and anybody else that has committed atrocities on other people, they need to go. I don't give a damn about none of that. I don't care if he's a father, if he's a brother. None of that matters. The boy got to go. Forget all of them excuses. He has to go. And if you don't know, Caesar, there was some very brave ladies who came and spoke out recently about the abuse that they suffered at the hands of Cesar Chavez. If you don't know who Cesar Chavez is, he was a very, very, very prominent Mexican-American advocate for Mexican people who used to work out in the field, during his time. Very, very, very well known in the American Southwest and the West, where the Mexican population is very large. He was similar to Martin Luther King for Black people, for the things that he did for his people. He was not a Mexican person who was pro. He didn't like illegal immigrants, and crazy enough, and you can fact check me if I'm wrong. Please tell me I'm wrong in the comments. But somebody told me that he created the term wetback. We actually gonna Google that. Okay, so fact check. He did not create the term. However, historical records and biographies such as The Crusades of Cesar Chavez by Miriam Paul documented that Chavez frequently and derisive. I've always known divisive, but derisive. Dersive. And it means with a sneering or scoffing scornfully. He was very rude to illegal Mexican people, even though he was a Mexican man himself, which is something that I don't understand. And so, but he was an advocate for people who worked out in the farms, and he abused some ladies, and he has to go. And I hope they release the Epstein files. I also want to go back and say, don't let all of this war stuff and all of this Supreme Court stuff distract you from the fact that none of these pedophiles have been arraigned. None of these pedophiles have been locked up. We need to release the Epstein files because we cannot have our country run by a bunch of people who abuse women and hurt children. That cannot happen. I'm off my soapbox. Going back, I got another track. I always do this. It's been 42 minutes already, and I'm just talking. So the next track, one of my favorite tracks from my boy Z Jethro, is called Freaky Man, which is ironic, right? Because I was just talking about how freaks need to be buried underground. Now this is it's a good song. I'm going to just let you hear it. This is Freaky Man by Z Jethro. Uh-oh, I didn't turn it off. All right, cool. This is Freaky Man by Z Jethro.
Get your money up, get your money up, pump, get your money up, get money up, money up. Nigga, you broke, that's why you freaky. Focus on bread, them girls come and give you hickeys. Heard I said, somebody come get paid with me. Them boys fed, they turn on you, things get sticky. Nigga, you broke, that's why you freaky. Focus on bread, them girls come and give you hickeys. Heard I said, somebody come get paid with me. Them boys fed, they turn on you, things get sticky. Point them out, freaky man, freaky man, freaky man, freaky man, freaky man. Get your mans, get your mans, get your mans, get your mans, get your mans. Get the pants, what's the plan, what's the plan, what's the plan, what's the plan? Freaky man, freaky man, freaky man, freaky man, freaky man. Give me a hug ass nigga, stop bugging that girl ass nigga. Suds in a tub ass nigga. Looking for the love in the club ass nigga. Mama told me focus on the rags. If you lag, you can go and pack your bags. Daddy told me find a partner with the same hustle, y'all can ride back to back. Granny told me think about it before you make a move, you don't wanna drop the bag. Pappy said don't chase the nappy. The nappy ain't gonna keep you happy.
Yeah.
Nigga, why you wanna be freaky? Shit to your name, you ain't even feces. You ain't making no mail, no chi-chi. On the email, you ain't even CC. You a nothing ass, freaky ass leechy. You can even buy your little son VC. In your bedroom, on at your TV. Get your dick out your hand, little nigga, you broke. That's why you freaky. Freaky, focus on bread. Them girls come and give you hickeys. Heard I said, somebody come get paid with me. Chicky, them boys fed. They turn on you, things get sticky. Nigga, you broke. That's why you freaky. Freaky, focus on bread. Them girls come and give you hickeys.
That was Freaky Man by Z Jethro. That's why I said, let's just listen to the song. Essentially, he is saying, you too caught up in the women to focus on your purpose, right? Like, and that is a major thing going on right now. I mean, it's always been a thing with, with men, and I can't speak for women, but it's always been a thing where, you focus more on trying to keep that woman happy or trying to satisfy yourself sexually than you do focusing on how to make yourself a better person. Now, I'm all for any and everybody going to get their rocks off, however you want to do that. But get your rocks off after you've handled your business. And don't let satisfaction be the end all be all for you. Don't chase the feel good. Because the feel good is only going to leave you broke, fat, and balding in the middle. Right? Like that's just what's going to happen. So make sure you just plan for the long haul. Do the uncomfortable things. Do something you don't like at least twice a day. You know what I mean? Don't be freaky. Don't be freaky. I mean, in the negative sense. Go ahead, go online and stream Freaky. And go make sure you go and you follow my brother, Z Jet, on all socials right now, right? You know what I'm saying? I've been slacking. I've been up here running my mouth. Make sure you go and you follow that brother on all socials right now. You let him know what you think about his music. That boy good. That boy real good. But I done lost my train of thought, man. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about this conversion therapy in Colorado. What is going on, right? Like, so if you don't know, right? In the case of Childs versus Salazar, a Christian therapist challenged Colorado's 2019 law that prohibits licensed counselors from engaging in conversion therapy on minors. What is conversion therapy, you ask? Conversion therapy is when they take LGBTQ plus youth in a room and they talk to them and try to convince them to convert to being straight again. Now, anybody that is like super religious is probably going to say, well, Christian, I don't see why this is a bad thing. And, because your religion taught you that gay people go to hell, I don't fault you for thinking that this not necessarily a bad thing. But the thing about this is these people don't want to be straight. They don't want to be straight. Like, they fine being who they are. So all of you weirdos coming to them and saying, be who we want you to be, you're the weird ones, not the children. Like, let them grow up and be who they're going to be. You might be disappointed, right? I'll be the first to say, right? Like, I'm going to love my child if they're gay. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take me a little minute to get over it. Like, you know what I mean? But I ain't going to shun them or talk to them crazy or try to put them in some kind of camp so they can be different. You know what I mean? Like, but that's my want for them. That's my want for them to want to do straight things. But they don't want to do straight things. I can't make them do straight things. I can mourn the dream that I had for them. That's fine. But like, you can't force people to do things that you want them to do because that's your dream for them, but it's not their dream for themselves. And anybody who would subject a child to this kind of, I'm going to say, abuse, you need help. Because if that child came to you in truth, vulnerable, and said, this is who I am, this is how I would like to live my life, though you might not like it, you need to find a way to accept it and accept them for who they are so that you can love them. Because the byproduct of people going through this is they oftentimes go to extremes and they hurt themselves. this kind of therapy makes these children do things that are detrimental to their lives. And thank the Lord for Justice Ketanji Brown, because she was the lone dissenter, warning that the ruling could be ushering in an era of unprofessional and unsafe medical care by removing oversight on harmful therapeutic practices. Thank the Lord for her, because the argument in the court is that this is a free speech, right? And it's right, man, it's crazy, right? And that's why they say we need more black lawyers, right? And I mean, we do, right? Because the way they manipulate these words, the way they manipulate, you think about it, like the Constitution was written over 100 years ago, right? Like long time ago. So they take these words that were written so many years ago and they manipulate them to be able to serve their purpose today. So they are saying that, so in the 8-1 decision favoring the therapist, they are signaling that bans such as this violate free speech. The justices sent the case back to the lower court with instructions to apply strict scrutiny because the Colorado law censors speech based on a viewpoint. But how do you apply free speech to something this is manipulative and it's divisive and it is harmful, because this is not where we are, right? I'm not a lawyer, but I can read, and what I do see is that what is being done right now is harmful, right? There are a lot of things that are being done in our country that is harmful to the collective. It is only beneficial to those who want to see us turn back the hands of time to, 1930, 1920. They don't want women to vote or have rights. They don't want colored people to have anything, right? They want wealth to be concentrated in the hands of a few privileged white men. Now look at the way that our society is being set up, right? Like people can't celebrate themselves. People can't celebrate individuality anymore. Everybody has to be ostracized. Everybody has to be put under the law of the Old Testament, or, like if you get out of line, we're going to like stone you, right? This is how the right is coming. It's just, there's not a lot of forgiveness going on right now. And it is really sad, right? Like, because I think that most Americans just want to live happy, healthy lives. They want their kids to be able to go to schools that don't teach them foolishness, right? Hey, Don. They want to, if you have not, right, before I continue my rant, if you have not checked out Pretty in Politics podcast by Don Jones, go on YouTube, type in Pretty in Politics podcast. Don is an amazing reporter. She's doing some amazing work over at Courier newspaper, and you really need to check out her platform. She is really keeping people across Texas informed about things that are happening in Texas politics. And, I am proud to say that she's the mother of my child. She's just so dope. She's so dope. She's just doing such great work. Congratulations to you. And I hope your interview went well today. The conversion therapy thing makes me sad, right? Because I want all my friends, all my nieces, nephews, cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever, to be able to live however they want to live, right? Like, I understand. Even in my family, there are people who they don't acknowledge, if you gay, on a certain side of my family, they just not going to acknowledge that. We Southern, we Black, it be like that. You know what I'm saying? Is it right? No, but that's just what it is. It's like that in a lot of families. Like, going back to the Nick Cannon thing, Black people, we are very socially conservative and we love the Lord. And in the Bible, it do say that, that's what they say. It say that if you do that, this going to happen to you. And I think it's cruel, right? Because you can do a whole bunch of stuff and receive the kingdom. But you can't like Bobby, and Bobby can't like each other. And them, in a sense, in my opinion, torturing these kids is not cool. Hey to the VIP. Hey to everybody in the chat, man. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at this, trying to interact with the chat and talk and read my notes and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, Courier Newsroom. I'm trying to get better at seeing everything. But shout out to the chat. I really appreciate y'all engaging with me. Do I like JD Vance? No, I do not like JD Vance. I think JD Vance and Donald Trump and the entire Trump cabinet need to go away. I think they need to go as far away as they possibly can. I don't think they're doing anything good for the country. Okay, wait. I'm going to roll that all the way back. I don't completely Yo, I appreciate you knowing it's not a space for you. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny, man. I think I might be. I think that threw me off, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I think that threw me off. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. If you see me in here sweating, just know that my light bill was only $187 this month, and that's the lowest it's been in a long time. And I'm finna keep this streak going. I ain't got a little glisten on here, but like it feel like somebody grandma house in here, and I understand why grandma house used to feel like outside, and she used to keep them windows open because them bills high. Them bills high. They trying to sell electricity right now for like 14 cents a kilowatt. Like, right, you see him? Okay, bye. He knew this was not a space for him. He missed my Black Power rant. Him, he, she, him, they, them. You know, I'm gonna be politically correct. I don't know what you identify as, but I appreciate you joining the chat. You know, even if your contribution was brief. I am about to go into my last song of the night. It's actually one of my favorite songs from Jet. This is from Jet's album Black at It Again. Jet created this album Black at It Again after he had experienced an injustice at the hands of some white cops, and he decided to put that into his art. But Steakhouse is just a really, really good song. It's a feel good song. All of these songs were produced by Jet. He's a super producer. If you do music or you know anybody that's doing music and you are looking for people to collaborate with, that's his Instagram down there at the bottom. Tap in with him. He'll get you right. We're going to jump into this steakhouse. We're going to come right back. We're going to holler at y'all in a minute. Take you way back in the time.
Say they smoke the vape, it's really vape. Juice bananas, look, I'm dripping vape. Tell me rumbling, think I need a plate. Think I wanna go and get a steak. Stay at the steak house, stay at your plate house, yeah, cause them bakes out. Hey, won't you play now? I need a plate now, just gotta pay, cause I'm really rock up. I just want a steak at the steak house, stay at your plate house. Watch out for them laws when you crawl, cause they stay out. Came up cause I stay down, bitch, you gotta pay now. They call us apes, so I'm really rockin' bait now. Look at my body, I'm nothing erotic, I'm nothing exotic, I'm blacker than black. Ooh, not poppin' no molly, I'm poppin' in pictures, I'm poppin' in purses. Don't bother nobody, I'm people you preppin', I'm dippin', I'm skating, I'm poppin' a island. Not taking no chances, too busy advancing, I'm grabbing and burning some stage. My niggas freelancers, we plotting no matches, we started with minimum wage. I thumb through that money, it's coming, I'm licking my finger and flipping the page. My niggas ain't killers, but if you in range of my nigga, my niggas engaged. Ay, who at the light, though, bitch, it's a light show. Not pulling over, up in jail for the night, ho. If you rip it 12, go to hell, yeah, that's right, ho. Had to send my bail through the mail, but that's like, I look, I turn, they in my face. My baby, she won't let me leave, she tell me stay. I just want a steak with the lights low. Can I take a bite? Whole date with my bait. Can the nigga live his life? Just want a steak at the steak house. Stay at your bait house. Watch out for them laws when you crawl, cause they stay out. Came up cause I stay down. Bitch, you gotta pay now. They call us apes, so I'm really rockin' bait now. Steak at the steak house. Stay at your bait house. Watch out for them laws when you crawl, cause they stay out. Came up cause I stay down. Bitch, you gotta pay now. They call us apes, so I'm really rockin' bait now. My cousin, he active, I swear that he's savage, he 12 and he gripping a gauge.
That was Steakhouse by Z Jet. Yo, so I have had a wonderful time this past hour talking to you all. It's about time for me to get up out of here. But what I want you to take away from today is that we are at a crossroads in America, right? All of the stories that I talked about tonight, Trump's foreign policy gamble, the Supreme Court showdowns on citizenship and LGBTQ plus issues, Nick Cannon, Gucci Man, Pooh Shiesty, all the other political things that are happening. This is speaking to an overarching theme of the country grappling with who we are and what we stand for right now. Like America is at a turning point, right? Like a lot of norms are starting to go out of the window now, right? Like, and the people who have been in power don't like it. And you can see it everywhere you look, everywhere you turn around. You can see that the powers that be don't like what the youth is ushering in because we, right, like know that the people who want peace and and chill vibes outnumber the people who want chaos, right? But the people who need the chaos to continue so that they can line their pockets, they are controlling all of our media outlets, right? They're being bought up. They're let's not I don't have enough time to talk about the way they are monopolizing our economy, right? Like we got like 3 JD Rockefellers, right? Like I think 3 or 4 companies own most of the business in our country. So we are at a place right now where we need to be encouraging each other to be able to have rich, open, honest, and holistic discussions about the trajectory of our country and how we are going to, in our individual silos, whether it's black, white, Asian, Mexican, whatever it is, how we are going to be able to build coalitions across these communities so that we can empower our individual communities so that we can come together like a Megatron type thing and make our country better for everybody, for all races of people. So I want all of you to go into your Easter weekend, pray it up. Tomorrow get you some fried fish with some crawfish. Just have you something, right? Enjoy Sunday. I really want to go to Wheeler on Sunday. I really want to go to the TDCU Stadium on Sunday. I just think that's going to be so cool. But I'm probably not going to do that. But shout out to Wheeler for just being the coolest church. Like, that's so cool. But we are in a weird place in America right now, and I'm glad that I bought this podcast equipment so I can sit here and scream about it. And I appreciate everybody for listening to me and for checking out my partner's new music. It's a blessing. Everybody have a good night. I'm working on my sign off. You know what I'm saying? I seen this guy go, right? I thought about doing a clap, but I'm like, it's not my thing, right? It's not my thing. So I'm gonna try something else, have me a better sign off. But peace, love, and laughter. I hope you learned something today. Granny, I hope it made you proud. I love you, baby. Y'all have a good night.